Do you have an intro for this yet, or just fucking winging it?
I have this little, bam, 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 you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now you don't even need to put it in.
I really want to get some like cheesy photos of us, and it's like us flashing to different photos, like being stupid, or like one of us dressed as Falcon and one dressed as the Winter
That would
Soldier.
be pretty good.
Just like different poses, but it doesn't seem worth it considering the show ends in 3 weeks.
Yeah. So, but it would be so good. We
funny.
got to do it for the next one. What's the next one to come out?
Loki.
Well, then we got to be Loki, and you be
I'll be
whoever else is in that show. I don't know.
Thor.
I don't know. Is it?
I doubt Thor is good. He might make.
But
a cameo.
we could get like those kids' costumes and put them on for like 20 bucks, and then that's what we do.
I love it. You take the lead. You do it.
You want me to take the lead?
You've taken the lead on the past too.
Yeah,
so.
I guess. Okay, here we go. Hello, boyos. This is what I don't know what we're calling this. The Spoilercast.
Spoilercast.
For Falcon and Winter Soldier, and we watched episode 3. I watched a couple days ago. You probably saw it right when it came out on Friday. I watched it on Saturday.
I also watched it on Saturday, actually.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna straight up give you a review of this one.
Yeah, what do you think?
Better than the last two.
Yeah, it's interesting.
That's what I'm gonna say.
It's interesting.
First.
It's interesting you say that because I watched it and I thought to myself, this is probably the weakest of the 3, and I know Nick is gonna love it the most. I just knew it was the case.
Can I give you like the basics of why? Well, I guess that's what the show is. I don't even have to ask permission. Fuck you.
Yeah, just go. Yeah.
So the art direction in the show has been top fucking notch.
Yeah.
You agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
like the shots that they have and the colors and the
it doesn't
lighting,
feel like a show. It feels like a movie. Yeah.
Yeah. And when they go to, I think what stood out to me is when they go to Hong Kongamin or whatever it's called, Ho Chi Minh, the fake Japan or fake Hong Kong, Madrid more or some shit like that.
Yeah.
That was the coolest part for me. Like just the setting it up, and they're on the bridge and they're walking towards the car and they're all dressed nice and whatnot. They look fucking they're cyberpunked out, and they're just walking to this car, and then the car opens up and they get in, and then they get into like the city, and it's like exactly what you'd expect. It's low life. Everybody's got a gun, and there's neon signs everywhere. There's a outdoor bar, and there's fights that happen. Like the only thing we were missing from that was just rain. Like if it was raining in that scene, it would have been fire.
It reminds me of the scene in Endgame where what's his butt shows up, the Arrow Man. Hawkeye. Maybe that's
Hawkeye, but Ronan at that point.
Maybe that's where he was. I don't know.
It could be. Yeah, but I fucking love that. That was so cool, and the line that gets delivered about Falcon's like get up. He's like, I feel like a pimp, and then Vimo's like, only people from America. Something about only people in America would say a finely dressed black man looks like a pimp, and I'm like, dude, yes.
So
he looks so good. It looks
so
perfect,
fun.
Dude.
Fun fact about that: Falcon, much like a lot of characters in the early times, has a bit of a problematic origin story that they retconned later on. He started out as a pimp, like a
really?
black pimp. So this is sort of like I think that was like a little homage to his like original origin, I guess. I only know that because I like watched one of those Easter egg videos. It's like, hey, also another fun little Easter egg. It's not really an Easter egg. It's just a fun fact. Did you know that new Captain America is played by Kurt Russell's son?
No way.
It's just a fun fact. Yeah.
I had no idea. That's awesome.
Kurt Russell's son. Yeah, there you go.
Cool.
Yeah.
That is cool. I didn't know that. Yeah, I loved this episode. I thought it had all of the pizzazz. Like you get you get the prison scene where he like lets him out of prison somehow, like miracles of TV, you know.
Yeah. I liked that scene though. I actually
it was kind of cool.
Very like Ocean's, like an Ocean's 11 type.
And it's funny you say that too, because then when Vimo like meets them in like that junkyard or the shop, like the auto shop, it was like, wow, I'm getting like buddy cop vibes, like old school Fast and the Furious right now. Like
this
really cool
show is like hitting hard on the Lethal Weapon sort of, like Lethal Weapon 3 sort of thing. Yeah.
And then they all go to Madridamore or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And knocked it out with that. And then even the like black market selling of
the paintings and stuff.
The paintings is like, whoa, this is fucking cool as shit. I loved it.
Yeah.
Of course you got the stupid where Sharon's just fucking happens to be in the crowd
just there,
and overhears the conversation. It's like, okay, yeah, whatever. But
yeah, you know me though. I'm a character. I'm a simple plot, complex character kind of man. That's kind of where I stand on everything. Where I'm like, I want a simple plot with complex characters, and to me, this was a very complex plot to the point where I was kind of like, what is like, who are these people? Like, what's happening? Like, I can't imagine, like, you're watching this show and you've never seen any of the Avengers stuff. You'd probably be very confused. And because, like, me, as someone who's watched all of it, I felt myself being like, what is happening? I really had to, like, critically think about what the fuck was going on. But I guess it doesn't matter that much. They'll probably explain more of it as it goes on.
I think the biggest thing that you kind of have to think about when you're watching this episode is the only reason they get to where they're going is because they got a name of somebody and somebody knows somebody. Yeah. And that's the whole plot line throughout this whole episode is, oh, we got a name of this guy. I'm going to go talk to that guy. That guy knows somebody. We're going to go talk to this guy because that guy knows and then we're going to go talk. And it's just like, okay. So yeah, it kind of jumps all over the place, but
it does feel like, go ahead. Sorry.
Like what you said with like you're a man who likes simple plot with complex characters. I love locations. I absolutely love locations.
Yeah, like that's fair.
Fucking Rogue One in the Star Wars story. I love that because they jumped all over to these different planets, and it's like, this is cool. This is what Star Wars is. It's kind of like showing you different locations, and I dig that. Where this is just like the cinematography, it kind of like John Wick almost, where it's like now they're fighting in a mall, now they're in a glass like maze and stuff like that. It's like, fuck, this is cool.
Really fun fact, and really fun that you brought up John Wick, because another fun fact for you, the director of this episode directed John Wick.
No shit.
Yeah
Cool.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah, especially with like the Sharon Carter stuff where she's outside
just
murdering people? Yeah.
Killing people.
I love how they make that PG-13 where it's like you see the knife like almost going in and then just like behind the back shot. So it's like this would be rated R otherwise.
Yeah, and then she like you see her shoot a guy and then they turn a corner and you see her like with her arm outstretched but nothing else, and it's like, oh
yeah.
It was pretty fucking, it was badass. I gotta say, I was really good at that. I was when Sharon started fighting those guys in the shipping containers, it's like, oh, she's just gonna wrestle them to the ground. This is fucking Marvel. Nobody hurts anybody in this stupid thing, and then they're actually killing people. I'm like, what?
Well, Marvel has kind of taken. Oh, sorry about that. Marvel has kind of taken a different route as far as like, like Batman doesn't kill. Pretty much since the beginning, they've been like, yeah, these guys kill people. Like they're basically military people. Like they kill people. It happens.
Yeah.
They don't take shortcuts on that. They're like, yeah, they do. It happens. I mean, and this show is kind of leading to something that I'd like to get your opinion on, just to get to some speculations. I wonder because Zemo has a deep connection to Sokovia, right?
Right.
And what if, because now Sokovia is destroyed, but there's still probably some refugees there that like don't have homes. They need a new place to stay. Now hear me out. Disney just got the Fantastic Four, and they just got Doctor Doom, and you know he is the leader of Latveria. So what if he takes Sokovia and creates a new country called Latveria? And
dude, I'm all for it, man. If that's the end, if that's like the end, like the after credit scene is like Doom's fucking helmet just sitting and getting lifted up onto somebody's head. Oh, I would want that so bad.
I don't know if we're going to see that, but this might be planting the seeds of like Sokovia is more important than we think. I also like in this episode that they kind of went full heel on John Walker. Basically just like, yeah, John Walker doesn't get the vibes, dude. He doesn't get the powers go into his head a little, where he's arguing with the guy and he's like, do you know who I am? And the guy's like, I don't care who you are. Like,
do you mean like, do you know who I am? It's so high pitched. It's like, oh, okay, wow.
He sounds like a Karen, absolutely. And and the person's like, I don't care if it says you're Captain America. You're not Captain America. You know?
Yeah.
So I like that. I like that we got the one episode where it's like, okay, he's sympathetic, but now it's like, okay, powers go in his head. But also our heroes, you know, Falcon and Winter Soldier, we kind of see them doing kind of questionable stuff. You know, breaking Zemo out of prison.
Zemo out, absolutely.
Yeah, that's some pretty questionable stuff. And then, like, you know, it was to stay in cover, but like Bucky kicked some people's asses in that bar.
He sure did. Broke a few bones at least. Yeah,
it was in. I like that moment where he's like, he just jumped right back into it. You know.
Yeah. That was really cool. That whole, he said soldier attack or some shit like that. Yeah. And he just goes off. But I fucking love this. I love this episode because
Zemo's so good. Yeah.
He's really good.
He's really good. Yeah.
And then I thought after he kills the guy and the like scientist guy in the shipping containers, I'm like, oh, he's just gonna leave. But then he comes back and saves their asses.
I know, it's so weird. It's like
what?
That.
What is going on now?
He's doing the long con. That's not what I expected from this show at all. I didn't expect them to like work together and like. It's very Lex Luthor vibes from Zemo.
For sure. Yeah.
But I also like that he killed the vaccine guy, the super soldier guy,
the serum guy, yeah.
Because that is such a great way of them being like, that's a plot in this show, and we don't have to deal with it again for a while because that guy is dead now.
He's dead.
The serums, there's 20 of them. That's it. We're done.
Well, that's such a good like they didn't even have to retcon because they're just like, okay, we're gonna plan this out. There's 20 of them, and this guy didn't make any more.
Yep. And now he's dead.
Now he's dead. So yeah, but they saved their asses on that one.
I don't know if you got this vibe at all. There was like a little moment when the meth lab was about to explode. You know, the lab where he makes the super soldier serum.
Right.
And it kind of shakes, like the serum shakes, and I thought it was gonna explode, and I thought our boy Falcon was like gonna absorb it or some shit. And I'm like, I feel like they're hinting at it. I feel like they're like,
I didn't get that. I didn't notice
really?
It like that. Because I don't believe that he would take it or he would get it. You know, I don't think that is the way.
I do think John Walker is going to, because you could tell he's like, I want that serum. Like,
right, yeah, especially in this episode.
Yeah, you get that vibe from him. Like, he wants that serum.
Well, I think at this point he wants like respect. You know,
and even Battlestar, his bud is like, hey, you need to calm down a little there, John.
Yeah. He's like, no, I'm Captain America.
He's like, you need to calm the fuck down, bro.
Yeah. So it's the way that it's going right now. He kind of flopped. Yeah, he healed. You know, it's just like
a little bit of a heel.
We're gonna lay off of him a little bit. And
to the to the point where they like get to Zemo and like how he got broken out, and they're like, I mean, we can't prove that this is Falcon and Bucky, and he's like, I don't care if it is or not, we're gonna put it on them, like this is their fault,
right? Yeah.
Basically confirming like, yeah, this guy doesn't give a fuck, he's a bad guy.
yeah
well, he's not the worst of the bad guys, but he's a bad guy.
He wants to get the shit done. I think you brought this up last time we were talking, or something, and there was a scene where after Bucky and Falcon leave the shipping container, Sharon like meets up with some lady and they get into a car, and it's like, maybe Sharon's either working for the power broker or is the power broker. Yeah, and
I feel like she might be.
And it would make a lot of sense if she got like pardoned, like if she's like the power broker and Falcon gets her pardon. Yeah, and then it's like, oh shit, everything's fine now.
It's just such an interesting direction to go with this character, because like, she was, she's a Carter. You expect her to be the good guy, but in this it's a bit more nebulous, where she's kind of like the Catwoman of this show, I guess, where she's kind of not good, not bad, sort of like, but for a person that's been on the run for, I guess, 7 years now, she's landed on her feet pretty well.
Well, you just look at Ronan or Hawkeye.
Yeah,
how he kind of turns into Ronan in that same kind of time frame.
It's easy for these guys to go in a sort of evil direction, I guess.
Right. Yeah. But if your whole family's dead or nobody accepts you, you don't have a family anymore. It's like, who do you turn to? You know?
I'm excited to see where they go with her. It did feel weird though, because it felt like that could have been any character. Like that could have been just, some other agent. But I feel like they wrote it that way, and they're like, what's a character we can put on this?
We can pull back, yeah.
Sharon Carter. We kind of didn't explain much with her. Yeah, let's make it Sharon Carter.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes. I liked the episode. I liked the other ones more. I don't know.
I get it. I get it. Yeah, it's not like a specific thing that you can point out. It's just like you had more fun.
This one was just like really confusing to me through a lot of it, but maybe on purpose because it's going to explain some of that. I also the movement. I forget what they're called. The
flag stompers.
Yeah, the flag stompers. That sounds right. It really felt like they were making them sympathetic villains until at the very end when she's like, "Oh yeah, that's the only language they speak," and she like murders all those people.
Yeah, and you're like, "Oh, these are bad people."
Yeah.
This chick is nuts. Yeah. I get that they were trying to do like some sort of sympathetic bad guy thing, and this was supposed to be like the turn. I didn't get that. It was like, because all terrorist organizations, I'm sure, have some sort of like code within side, like they're a family, right? We care about each other, and it's easy to show that from that side, and then on the other side it's just death and destruction for everybody else.
Yeah.
But we care about our family and our family only. So I kind of knew, I felt like it was going that way anyway.
Yeah, there's still a lot to be seen with them. I feel like definitely with like the next episode is going to delve more into what's going on with them, I think.
For sure. One more thing, unless you have something else. I was going to say,
I definitely do. Yeah, there's one more big thing to talk about. Sure.
Okay. I was just going to say before we wrapped up that I think I'm actually liking Falcon and Winter Soldier more than WandaVision, but that could only be because we're doing this show and we're kind of like tearing it apart and like talking about it. Like it's hard to do that now during the pandemic. So now with this like avenue of discussion, it's just like,
I really
that was a really cool show, and it's really
liked WandaVision though.
It was good. Don't get me wrong, it was good, but just thinking back on it, it's like, man, that show's really good. And
but you know me, I'm a character guy, and that show is 100% a character study of just like Wanda and like what's going on with her and stuff.
But there's so much unanswered. in that show at the end.
Yeah, but I think they did that on purpose because it's like she's gonna be a big part of Doctor Strange,
which would be awesome. I'm ready for Doctor Strange, dude.
Well, it's already confirmed that she's in it,
right?
So I'm excited for that movie next year. Let's do this. But there is one more big thing that we didn't mention at the very end of the episode. We got Wakanda lady, whose name
that's right.
Is passing me, and it made me think to myself. Well, first of all, I wasn't expecting to see Wakanda, but it makes so much sense because Bucky is like intrinsically connected to them now, and also Zemo killed their leader. So like, it makes so much sense that they're there and that they're like, "Hey, you broke out Zemo. What the fuck are you doing, White Wolf?" But it also it made me think, and it's like, oh, this is called Falcon and Winter Soldier. And I think by the end of this show, they're both going to have new monikers because I don't think he wants to go by Winter Soldier anymore, right? So, like, what would make more sense than him just, like, actually hooking up with the Wakandans and fully becoming the White Wolf? And, like, that's his new moniker, and that's who he is. And Falcon obviously becomes Captain America. I mean, I feel like that's pretty obvious. But
I could see that, but I feel like they already did that in one of the movies, if I'm not mistaken, or like alluded to it in the movie because he like hangs out with the Wakandans,
right? Because he gets fucked up and they like repair his arm.
What movie is that?
That's at the end of Civil War, right? They send him to Wakanda.
Okay, so I guess it could be bridging the gap for us because we don't really see it. But then in Infinity War, you see him still there with them, so you kind of assume. So I guess I could see that happening.
Yeah, but that's only because he was fucked up. But now I think it's gonna be like, hey, I just want to like stay with you guys forever. It could want to be part of your tribe, you know.
And they just kind of go separate ways, Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I definitely think the show's gonna end like that, where they're just like, okay, I'll see you at the next Avengers meeting, bud.
I'll see you at the next big world event, I guess.
Next time, you know, the Silver Surfer shows up or whatever.
Oh, dude, yes,
it's gonna happen.
Bring the Fantastic Four. Come on, I want it.
It's gonna happen. Where do you think the show's gonna go? Just to wrap it up.
I think Wakanda. I think Vemo's gonna go to Wakanda and get like locked up there. Did I say Vemo?
You did.
Zemo. I think Zemo's gonna they're gonna like lock him up in Wakanda, and I don't know, dude. I think
there's so much going on.
I think Captain America is gonna be the big bad, and they're gonna have to fight him for the shield, and Sam's gonna pay for his boat, and one of them is
Wakanda.
going to be.
You think Wakanda will just be like, "Here's a new boat"?
I don't know, dude.
They can make him a boat.
He'll run into a whole bunch of money that the syringe people have, or something like that. I don't know. And he'll do a fucking. Too Fast, Too Furious, where he gives most of the money back, but he saves like a couple bills, you know, just to pay for himself. And it's just like, we ain't eat. Well, I can't remember what he says in the movie, but he like lifts up his shirt and he's got a couple of bills strapped to his belt. It's like, okay. I think that's where it's going right now. But you know, this show has been kind of crazy.
So this show like began shooting, I think, in like late 2019. So pre-pandemic, they shot a lot of this, which is also before our friend Chadwick Boseman passed away. What are the chances that we actually see him show up in this show? I feel like it's possible.
I think it's possible, but I don't know if the chances are high. Maybe 30%.
Yeah.
Unless they do like a tribute kind of thing, and this is like his last thing. They'll like put a scene in him, like when they.
You think
maybe they do go
that?
To Wakanda?
They'll probably explain like what happened with him in the next Black Panther movie. I'd imagine.
You think there's going to be another one?
Yeah, that's already confirmed.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would not have thought.
I don't know what they're gonna do to deal with that, but
they'll replace them just like they replaced.
But all the like power flowers or whatever are gone. I don't know if you saw Black Panther.
I didn't.
Yeah, there's the way he gets his powers is by like eating the flowers, but then like Michael B. Jordan sets him on fire or whatever, and I don't know. Who knows?
They'll just Cheetle it.
Yeah,
they'll replace them with somebody else.
Well, I think that's a little different because like that was just like a money dispute, and this is, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people would be like, "That's disrespectful." It'd be like,
but then it would be like giving the shield to not Captain America, not.
But that's different because it's still like a different character. Because they're definitely going to do that, where they're going to pass the mantle of Black Panther to someone else.
Right, for sure.
But like as far as like recasting T'Challa, I don't think you can do.
Right.
But that'd be like recasting Princess Leia. You just can't do it.
True.
For episode 9, at least. I'd be fine with, you know what? Just as a quick side tangent here. I'd be fine with them recasting the OG3 in Star Wars if it was like the younger versions and they show up in like the Obi-Wan show or whatever, or Mandalorian. I'd be fine with that. I don't want to see them in CG. It looks like ass every time they do it.
It does look like ass.
Every time they do it, it looks like ass.
Especially, well, we could talk about Star Wars forever. Well,
yeah.
Can we? Yeah, because I'll
Can we stop?
can we stop? Because we'll just keep going and going, and this will be like a 700-hour thing.
All right. Well, that's the show.
Cool. Thanks.
Check out our other stuff. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. This is so small.